Welcome back everyone, Mariah Monetize here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the price of Bitcoin. We're going to be going over some major news when it comes to Coinbase and going over some other things in the cryptocurrency space. So Bitcoin did drop a bit on the day, and it dropped around the headline of Coinbase to suspend Binance USD stablecoin, saying it doesn't meet listing standards. So I believe that Coinbase saw some pressure from the SEC, and that is why they made that decision. So they announced that decision, but I believe it doesn't go into effect until March 13th. So this right here is once again that, March 13th, because of stablecoin doesn't meet its listing standards. As expected, the once hot apartment sales market froze up in January of 2023. U.S. apartment sales totaled just 29,703 units, the lowest since February of 2011, or viewed by total dollars traded, January 2023, 6.2 billion, would rank as the slowest month since the 2020 lockdowns. Pretty interesting stuff there. So we're seeing a ton of information coming out around rent pricing and how it has changed. I believe when it comes to CPI numbers, that's a lagging indicator. I think it's like a 6-month lag. And so we're kind of seeing finally some data rolling in that is representing what has been happening. Apartment rents fell in every major metropolitan area in the US over the past 6 months through January. Renters with the new leases paid a median rent that was 3.5% lower than they would have paid last August. So when it comes to Puerto Rico, the housing market here, the rental market is quite a wild one. I would say from a percentage perspective, when you compare it to US cities, it probably increased, I would say, top 5 highest percentage-wise. For example, Dorado Beach, which is 30 minutes down the road from San Juan, right on the beach. If you want yourself a West Beach condo in Dorado Beach, they were renting for $55,000. And those are like 3-bedroom, 3 baths. Maybe it was the penthouse that has like the pool, the infinity pool that overlooks the ocean. I'm not sure, but that just is like one of the top prices I've heard across the board. But even when it comes to like 3-bedroom, 2-bath places in Condado, Ocean Park, Isla Verde, the percentage price-wise grew dramatically. So, and also when it comes to housing prices as well. Just in, pending home sales crush expectations and rise 8.1% in January. Mortgage rates are above 7%. Recession fears are spreading and mortgage demand is at a 25-year low. Yet the housing market continues to hold up. Is this the most resilient housing market of all time? Maybe it's just the largest bubble of all time. SEC chairman says everything other than Bitcoin is a security. And that is one of the reasons why I solely have been focusing on Bitcoin. I think the altcoin market could potentially be impacted very negatively once they are deemed securities. And so because of that, I rather wait for things to go through. For example, XRP, when it comes to that ruling to come out, that lawsuit that's currently in place, we'll have more clarity. That's part of the problem, is that there's so little regulation when it comes to crypto, is that we're kind of just sitting around waiting for it to happen, and it could swing in either direction, and I don't really want to be on the wrong side of it. And that is why I mostly just focus on Bitcoin. American millennials in their 30s have racked up debt at a historic clip since the pandemic. Their total balances hit more than 3.8 trillion in the fourth quarter. That's a 27% jump from late 2019. That is the steepest increase of any age group. An Austin house listed for $400K in July 2022. It's listed for $230K today. It's happening. Obviously, just one small example, but we're getting data that's basically showing a big shift in the housing market, but time will tell to see what happens next. Just in, over 20% of American adults own crypto, and a majority see a need to update the financial system. That is a Coinbase survey, that's what it revealed, but obviously I'm assuming that Coinbase only surveyed their customers, which would be heavily skewed. That would just be something to consider. Voyager is reportedly selling crypto assets on Coinbase. Interesting. So since February 14th, Voyager has sent crypto assets to Coinbase on an almost daily basis. Alleges on-chain analyst Look on chain. The investigation shows that Voyager transferred millions of dollars using a mixed bag of cryptocurrency tokens. South Florida housing market is holding up better than most of the country for many reasons, including all cash buyers. So cash is 78% of sales in Fort Myers, 69% in Naples, and 49% in Fort Lauderdale. Data comes from our monthly national survey of 2,600 resale agents, February 3rd through the 15th. So before we get into the price of Bitcoin, I want to mention I have a link down below if you want to do a call with me for 30 minutes. I have that link down below. You can ask me anything about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, life in Puerto Rico. If you want me to help you plan your trip coming to Puerto Rico, those are all possibilities. So go ahead and check out the link down below. Bitcoin currently sitting at $23,354. Let's go and take a look at the 7-day chart. So printing this 9 here, I do think that we are still going to see a buying opportunity between 20 and 21,000. So that is something that I am anticipating. I do believe that once Bitcoin breaks that line of resistance at about 25,250, it's pretty likely that 30K is what we see next, and it will probably jump to 30K rather quickly. This is a daily chart here. We're seeing this pullback. We're seeing Bitcoin held up by this DMA. As long as Bitcoin can hold the low of this candle right here, which is 21,379, that will be huge. This is a 12-hour chart here, not really giving us a ton of clarity here. We want to see Bitcoin make a higher high on the 12-hour above the high of this candle, $25,248. Very key point that we should all be paying very close attention to. This right here is a 4-hour chart. Not really giving us a ton, I would say closer to the neutral side. This is the hourly chart, which has now turned bearish after we have made a lower low on the hourly. Let's take a look here at the 15-minute chart on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has, Bitcoin has made a higher high on the 15-minute chart. Let's see if we continue to see some follow through. And on the 5-minute, expecting a small pullback over here and then maybe a move up here to the $23,500 range. So we have Ethereum sitting at 1624. We have Coinbase sitting at 58.96. Litecoin sitting at 93.53. We have a Link sitting at 722. Let's see, we have DOT sitting at 655. And things have closed down on the day, and I believe things have been kind of triggered by that news when it comes to Coinbase and the Binance stablecoin. So earlier today, we were seeing a lot more green across the board, and now we're seeing a bit more red. So let's go and take a look here at Tesla. Tesla sitting at 207. Tesla had a very strong day. Electric vehicle related stocks also had an excellent day as well. Green across the board, closing extremely, extremely strong. Let's go ahead and take a look here at SPY. SPY sitting at 397. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the daily chart. So we're seeing this pullback here. We're seeing SPY being held up by this DMA really quite well here on the daily chart. Critical point here to see where the next move is. This right here is a 12-hour chart looking very similar structural wise to the daily chart. I don't really like this 4-hour chart. I don't like that 4-hour chart. It's looking bearish in my opinion, and I still think that we will continue to see correlation. This right here is a 1-hour chart as well. Bitcoin failed to make a higher high. The high of this candle right here is 401.62. The high of this candle right here is 401.28. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the 30-minute chart. I don't like the 30-minute chart as well. Let's take a look here at the 5-minute. And markets are about to close here. Markets are about to close here in the next few minutes. A lot of weakness on the 5-hour. Let's go and take a look here at marijuana stocks. Let's see, we have Tilray sitting at 276. So we're seeing very similar price action to close the day when it comes to Tilray being compared to SPY. A lot of weakness on the day when it comes to SPY closing as well as marijuana stocks closing. Let's go ahead and take a look back over at Ethereum. Like I mentioned before, it's common for Ethereum to lead the way. Let's take a look here at the daily chart on Ethereum. So this right here is the daily chart on Ethereum. looking similar to the Bitcoin chart, being held up by that 200, I believe the red is a 200. Let me go ahead and just double check that. Let's see here, 50, excuse me, the 50 DMA being held up by that 50 DMA. 12-hour chart here, similar as Bitcoin as well. Let's take a look at the hourly on Ethereum. Let's see, I don't like the hourly on Ethereum, so it's looking very similar. I would say Ethereum is not really leading the way. It's not really giving us some clues of a potential big bullish move. So that's all that I have for you today when it comes to news in the space as well as the price. I still am anticipating a pullback, and so I am staying patient. I have not found the right opportunity to enter back into Bitcoin, but of course I will let you guys know as soon as I do. So that's all that I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.